Hey, hello, my friend. I pray that this finds you well from wherever and whenever you are tuning in. So, the topic for today is Gutire Njamba Nini Mahuriani. Subtitle: No Child Left Behind. Don't worry, that's going to make sense here in a little bit. So, the other day I shared a post of how my family and I got to go to a Royals game. Now, the Royals are the professional baseball team out here in Kansas City. And I was a little embarrassed to admit that in 26 years of living in this city, I had never once been to a Royals game. And we got to go 2 Sundays ago. But what made this visit especially special is that it came to my family and I courtesy of our son, Zik. Zik is blessed with the gift of living on the autism spectrum, and the school where he attends was gracious to gift us complimentary tickets to the game as well as t-shirts to boot. And so when I shared these with my dad a day before the game, I said, hey, tomorrow we get to go to a game, and guess who's facilitating us going to the game? It's Zik. Now, Zik is named after my dad, so there is a special connection and bond between them anyway, as it is. And so my dad gave me a Kikuyu proverb. The Kikuyu people, that's the community from which I am from. And that's the title of the post today. Gutire Njamba Nini Mahuriani. It's also sometimes said Gutire Gware Nini Mahuriani. In other words, when cocks or roosters are digging the ground to hunt and forage for food, there is no big rooster and there is no small rooster. Each one finds its portion. And ideally, my dad was simply saying that in our family, there is no one who is too big, there is no one who is too little. Each one of us has a blessing and has a contribution to make. We do have a couple of other proverbs in my Kikuyu language. One of them says, Shumaga igoro shiedinagie. In other words, the blessings of God come from heaven, having been apportioned and appropriated for each one of us to have some. There is another saying that's akin to that, and it says, Omwana okaga enyiteire irathimo ciake. In other words, each baby, when they are born, they come clasping and holding the blessings that God has apportioned to them. So in other words, I think what I'm trying to say in today's post is that sometimes we, and culture and society, has a way of propping up some people and discounting others. We lift up people that we deem are valuable to us or to culture as a whole, and put down those who, in our own perspectives, we don't think have much to offer. But listen, in God's economy, every single one of us, black and yellow, red and white, gay and straight, Democrat and Republican, yes, I went there, no matter how we judge each other externally, it's what's inside that matters. And each one of us is a child of God, created in the image of God, created on purpose, filled with purpose, and for a purpose. In God's economy, there truly is no child left behind. Every single human being has something to offer, has something to contribute, or if I may use the Kikuyu proverbs, Gutire Gware Nini, Gutire Njamba Nini Mahuriani. So as I conclude, my friends, allow me just to share with you a wall hanging that I grew up, looking at in my parents' house when I was a kid. And it's a poem. I forget the name of the guy who wrote it. I'll look it up here, but you may have come across it, and it's called Desiderata. Desiderata. Let me read it for you here. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its charm, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. I think that poem sums it up. Do not discount anybody. And just as importantly, never discount yourself. We all have something to offer. Or in the words of that wise Kikuyu proverb, Gutire, Njamba, Nini, Mahuriani. Have a great day and God bless.